So, we're here with Ben.
Hey.
Ben Thompson, but I always want to say Ben Johnson because of the musician. We're here with his very beautiful coupe, non-turbo 300ZX-Z32. Look at those rims. Those are nice. I'm going to just kind of go around the car really quick and let the camera soak it in. You know, picture this in your SIG file on twinturbo.net, don't you, or no?
Yeah.
Alright.
It's been a long time looking for a car that's clean and finally found it.
Yeah.
So, you know, I've just done a few things with it over the last year, but I've reached the the limit of my potential as far as engine stuff goes, and I just.
So what kind of stuff have you done so far?
Well, it has a pop charger. It's got a catback exhaust, the Labrie tips, then underdrive pulley, JWT ECU, still in short throw shifter, and that's about it for performance stuff. I didn't want to spend too much money on stuff that wouldn't give me that high horsepower, obviously.
Right. Well, this is going to be its home for the next 3 or 4 weeks, so we're going to be documenting as much of the process as we can here, and we'll get your reaction when everything is done as well. Well, here's Ben's NA, up in the stirrups, ready to go. You need to pull the motor, but before you can just go and pull the motor, there's a lot of other stuff that's got to go on. I'm going to pull the entire exhaust system off, put it off to the side in safe storage, take off the heat shield for the cats, drive shaft comes next, then basically go back up to the top of the motor and start pulling everything electrical that I can think of, while hopefully simultaneously draining the radiator, undoing the air conditioner and setting it off to the side. And then I'm going to undo the front suspension linkage and everything having to do with power steering, so I'm going to drain the power steering fluid as well. And get it so that I can drop the entire motor and transmission together with the front subframe on my new special engine cradling dolly. And there you are. Motor on Ground by Michael Smith. Here's the motor. There's some things I really like about this particular motor, since the odometer says it's got 47,000 kilometers. I don't really know exactly, but that's about 27,000 miles or so. Turbo's nice and clean. As a matter of fact, this rubber was so well sealed because there was no lubrication at all that I could barely break the rubber seal on this thing right here. So look at that. The back of the valve cover, there's no leaking. Go around here, transmission's nice and dry. Check this out, same thing. Valve cover, no leaking. Again, clean turbo. This one's a little bit dirtier, but that's not wet dirt. That's just, some grime. A lot of the spray and wetness that you see right there is me spraying WD-40 all over everything. What else do I like? No rear main leak, which we pointed out before. Okay. The other thing I thought was pretty trick was, I have never seen this surface so beautiful and shiny and not corroded and not covered with calcium and buildup deposits in my life. I mean, no pitting, no anodization, no nothing's going on here. It's great. So I can definitely tell this motor's got some low duty on it. $150 because they have to tow it away, then they have to find a place to take it. Because there's no paperwork, no DMV records, it's not worth shit. This is Furcon. Everybody say hi to Furcon of Nick's Motorsports fame. That's right, purveyor of JDM clips, motors, and drive shafts and other fine accessories. And I'm going to just give you the camera here. So we're getting ready to be able to put Ben's motor into the car now. If we can walk around here, I can show you some of the coolest, latest additions that's going on with this thing. Last time I think I remember showing off like the hardline kit, and it was this sort of big mass of stuff that like wrapped all around the back of the motor, right? Well, in this case, we just have two simple lines. One here, it's in black. It just comes up from here and goes underneath the positive crankcase valve. There's another one on the other side, looks just the same. And I'll insert some footage later, but there's going to be two tubes that just kind of like go across the back of the firewall that are actually mounted to the firewall itself. And then there's going to be lines that go and grab these guys. There's going to be two that look like this, basically. They look like this. They're going to be mounted to the firewall, like right back here. And basically lead right to these guys. And the other thing that goes on is the JTubes coming right off the compressor get a nipple right there where a nipple belongs, actually. On just about every turbo on Earth, right? You know, you've got a nipple coming off the compressor itself, and we're the only ones where it goes like out and through this tube and then through the intercoolers and then sloshes around for a while and then comes back on another tube and then comes out of a nipple, and then like that's boost control, and that's just not the way it's supposed to be. So this will be sitting right here on the compressor. Nice urgent boost signal coming straight out of there, and the wastegate, shortest possible path to there, and everything's just, you know.
So that basically helps the response of the boost controller to function properly.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Does it help spool up in any way, or does it help?
I would say no. I would say that it's all it's really going to do is just make it so that, and here's the other one, see, so it's got the
boost controller is more accurate, correct?
The boost controller is more accurate and responds quicker. So I got my friend Craig here. Here, Craig, let me have the camera. I'll shoot just a quick picture of you. Craig's first time being on the internet. There's Craig. Craig owns what, a 65? What is it?
72.
A 72 Le Mans with
4-speed.
With a 4-speed, which is really rare, right?
Yeah, because it's a luxury Le Mans with air conditioning.
That's pretty wild. The SMC system is installed, at least as far as the hardware is concerned. Got this small curvy piece of hose here so that it can actually kind of get away from the fan. You know, it's such a short distance between here and here that if you tried to curve a piece of stainless steel braided line, it wouldn't really behave. Tees off and goes both to both throttle bodies. It ends up like, you know, right here for now. Because I'm going to be putting the nozzles into the throttle bodies again, because I had to powder coat them again. The throttle body tubes, I mean. Kit's hanging right here, bolted right down there and right up here. And wiring's going to go this way and head in through the battery hole over there. So this is actually pretty close. I mean, now it's just a matter of hooking up some wires, like hooking up a stereo, really. It's nothing. Here's again the MWS plug treatment. You can just sit here and do this all day long. Try that with your regular Nissan plugs. They'll break after like 3 applications, right? Every single injector plug was replaced with that. The PRVR was replaced with that. The EGR was replaced with that. AAC was replaced with that. Every single one of those stinking, festering plugs. Here's a controller from SMC, okay? That's going to fit in this glove box. So what I can do is I can press this and test the pump, and it's going to tell me when it's spraying. There's an actual sender in the bottle that'll tell me when it's low, and I can put the start and then the max spray. So like, for instance, if you run like maybe 18 PSI, you can tell it start at 13 PSI. It'll start spraying and it'll actually work its way up to 18 PSI. That is if you put the max of the pump at 18. Now let's say that you want less spray. Turn the max up to 21, maybe 22. It'll never reach its max. Does that make sense? Let's say that you want it to max out by 15 and just be spraying big guns by the time 18, so put it for 13 here and 15 over here, and it'll go whoosh, and it'll like kind of ramp up, okay? The nice thing is the low level light, which actually tells you when your alcohol is low inside the car, and testing it from inside the car. You just can't beat it with a stick. This thing is microprocessor controlled, and as you can see, it's not really that big. It's like, you know, probably even less than a quarter din. Ben mentioned the gloss color. I think I powder coated something in black gloss, and he actually got sort of taken by it, so I kind of went on a black powder coating gloss junket. And the more I look at it, actually I kind of like it more than the satin, which is what I normally use. So that's all. It's just sort of a preference thing. Do I have bad hair right now?
A little bit, dude, but we can change.
I hate it, man. I hate it. This cut, man. It's like I go to the lady, and it's like, cut, make me look like Gaius Baltar from Battlestar Galactica, but I can't have it be too long because then it flops in my face.
CGI can fix that. We'll just fix it.
That's true. We're gonna fix it in the mix, huh?
Yeah, fix it.
Okay, good.
Okay, I'm cutting out.
All right.
Yeah, I hear it.
PSI. Oh shit! What is that?
Call him. Where's his phone?
I'll just make it a cell phone call. Gotta do this quick. Sure, if he answers the phone, we don't have a radiator. One ringy dingy. Then. What do you think? He's saying, "Oh man." It's running, dude. It sounds beautiful. All the lifter tick is gone, like immediately, and all that stuff. So listen, man, I gotta shut it off. Okay? So I just wanted to give you the milestone report because I know that's like the most important thing, you know. It's like when the surgeon comes out of the room, you know, after they're done, you know, sewing him up, and say, well, he's in intensive care right now, but he's going to be okay. And that's kind of where I feel this car is basically in ICU, but it's just going to spend like one more day on the ventilator, and then it's going to be breathing on its own, you know? So that's good. All right, man. Thanks again for the opportunity. I mean, this has been like a lot of fun. Great. All right, man. Bye-bye. Well, that was fun. I always like making that phone call. That's a great call to make. It really is a great call to make. You know, I mean, it's like, you put so much into one of these projects, and you know, every single time it happens and the person gets in their car and steps on the gas for the first time and goes, whoa, you know, and gives you that sort of reaction that, you know, you couldn't even pay someone to give you if they were an actor. I mean, it's really something. So very gratifying. Definitely makes it all the more worth it for me. And I'm going to go home and sleep right now because I'm pooped. And it's, oh, my cell phone died again. What time is it, Carl?
It is 11:15.
It's 11:15. So it's Friday morning. It's like 9 a.m., but I've already been to like Speed Merchant, talking to him about getting a gauge that I dropped last night. It needs to be replaced at 8 in the morning. I was there. I'm usually not even at MWS until like 10 in the morning. Feels like one of those messed up reality shows where it's the last day that you have to work on the project. For whatever stupid reason, you gave yourself some really fucked up deadline, and now you have to meet it because television says that you have to. I had nothing but like weird problems. Like yesterday, my rivet gun decided to go on strike and wouldn't release, like, you know, the tag that you pull off the end of the rivet. Fucked around with that thing for like 45 minutes just to put in 2 little teeny rivets for some stupid like guard to like keep the fan blade from sawing through the alcohol injection braided hose. I dropped the boost gauge last night, working at about 11:30, trying to finish up the faceplate to fit into like the DIN panel on a Z, which doesn't like want it to fit. And both of the O2 sensors on the JDM motor are dead. Whatever, I mean, the rest of the motor's in great shape. I was probing around with N-Probe. They're both like dead as a doornail. So I get to put those in, and on twin turbo motors, you all know how fun that is on the driver's side. Just stuff like that. But for all my whining and complaining, I mean, I wouldn't trade it for the world, because this is like the best job that there is. That's for sure. So there are a few things that could stop me from working on Ben's car, and one of them is George, the owner of the original TT-Swap car, and his new acquisition, So you just drove up from LA all the way to the San Francisco Bay Area on this thing.
Man, it was a hell of a drive too, let me tell you.
Oh man.
Jesus.
So how's it feel?
You know, there's one thing that could solve my salted wounds of having my red twin turbo destroyed by some punk. It's a yellow Ducati. That's the one thing I think that could.
It's yellow. It is so yellow. It's very nice, man. So Carl's gonna drive while I actually, set everything up and do some 0 to 60 stuff. He's complaining about the shifter. Like there's anyone here at 10:30 at night, like there's anyone here. That's beautiful. Good reflexes though. Carl's having a little bit of fun here. Whoa.
I'm just trying to make you puke on camera, man.
No shit.
It's gotta happen eventually.
Fuck's sake, man. But oh man. Point is, dude, the car's got tons of power. The motor feels fantastic. Stock turbos with 555s and the appropriate computer stuff. That's really not bad. That's like 18 PSI, right, Carl?
Yeah, 18.1 says. It's just so much more powerful before. I mean, last time we drove it, we kind of felt it was kind of peppy, but that was mostly because the sound, it actually had a really nice exhaust note to it, real growly and
some
aggressive.
good throttle response, I thought, right?
Yeah, and then we actually looked at the actual numbers, and it was dog slow. It wasn't like 7.5 seconds or something like that. It was terrible.
Yeah.
And it is obviously a world apart now. It's not even remotely fair for us to be doing a 0 to 60 comparison, but
We will.
we will. Sorry,
Because that's just the way we are.
it is, and that's the way the car is now.
Well, and also, don't you think that like after Ben has like spent this much time waiting for his car and this much money on it, and I've spent this much time on it, I'm gonna want to know as well. Like I want to be able to give, because people ask these kind of questions. How much, Actually, all they ever ask is how much, how much more horsepower am I gonna have? They always want to know, how can I get 500 horsepower? And I'm like, the difference between 400 and 500 horsepower is not that much, really, honestly, because every time you add another 100 horsepower, at some point, you're only adding 20 more percent. And then the next time you add 100 horsepower, you're only adding 15 more percent.
Yep.
And the next time you add another 100 horsepower, you're only adding 10%, And so the thing that they really want to know is how much quicker their car will be, but for some people, it's almost like that part of the English language, like they can't even like say that, like they don't know to ask that question, and the thing I want to be able to tell them is an answer to that question.
Dude, they're still coming out.
There's like more. What the hell is this shit? Like we're trying to like do a test here, do you mind?
We're gonna like pretend we're parking.
Oh, me and Carl are parking, that's kind of scary actually.
Hey,
Like what the hell are you all doing? Go home. So.
oh, there's no headlights right there. Let's go quick.
What, behind you?
No, up there. See, you just turned this car on in the parking lot. Let's go.
No, not really. Okay, go ahead. Dude, get it up there. It's resetting the. Here we go.
.969. Woo! Oh shit, dude!
Serious?
I am fucking serious.
4.969.
4.969.
That was kind of a crap for a launch too.
No, actually, no. I thought it was a pretty good.
Well, it
launch.
was better because you had less wheel spin.
I feathered off the throttle big time.
I mean, it looks great. There's not too much, crap everywhere. I mean, it's just subtle, but it has everything.
I like the fact that everything looks really clean myself.
Oh yeah, it looks great. I mean, that just fits right there, and the alcohol thing's in here.
Yep.
Oh,
there it is.
Wow.
And you get that little screwdriver too to adjust it.
That's how you fit it in the holes there.
Yeah.
Okay. I still need to adjust it, right? It should be.
Well, you may find yourself wanting to maybe slightly turn it up or down a little bit. What you do is you just turn the max setting down if you want more pump, and you turn it all the way up if you want less pump, because it'll never reach its max.
Right.
So.
Okay. Cool.
Yep. Just get on there and just watch out for people. Because with great power, Mr. Peter Parker, comes great, right?
racetrack to get on the freeway.
Yeah, it is. It's actually pretty good. So here it is, 18 PSI for the first time.
Holy shit. Wow, that was like third gear from like 2,000 RPM.
Yep.
I don't think it took 4.5 or so. That wasn't really anything.
There you go. Woo! See, no knock, no nothing. You got alcohol injection, you're totally safe.
Holy crap.
I don't.
Third gear feels stronger than what my first gear was on an NA. Bluff out sounds so sweet.
The other thing I like about it is the stock turbo is just the response. Watch the boost go up when you jam on it. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
so nice.
Yeah.
It's like, ugh, every time you get off of it. There's so much acceleration that when you let go.
Yeah.
You know, try it again. I got a good shot of it. Nice. Woo.
That's so fast, so fast. Man, you can't really, I mean, looking in front of me, you can't tell about the cars behind me, they just go, they just like disappear.
Yeah.
Don't even see it anymore.
Well, I gotta say, Ben, it's been a privilege working on this car. It's definitely one of the nicer cars I've ever worked on.
Yeah.
I mean, they just seem to be coming out better and better and better, which is cool.
Well, I appreciate it. I mean, all the work, I know you put a lot of time into it, so I'll be very careful with it.
It's my pleasure, definitely fun. Here comes the moment of revelation when the boy turns into a man. Is it sticking?
Yeah.
It's sticking. I'm gonna go in tight here, dude.
Alright.
Oh, I know what's wrong. We got bad. The white balance is screwed up, but who cares? Go ahead. Except for like indoors.
Yeah. So far, so good.
Wow. There you go. Keep going at that rate. I think you're just right, dude.
What does that say?
That says turbo. Wow, that looks clean, dude.
Yeah. Looks nice.
Let's swipe past it.